Hello, Sagittarius. Welcome to Don Williams Tarot. This message is for Sun, Moon, or Rising placements in the sign of Sagittarius. So if you have those, this message may be for you. However, keep in mind that this is a general reading. Not all messages may resonate. So take what does, leave what doesn't, as I don't want there to be any misunderstandings, okay? So this message today, we're pulling cards for career and money for the month of April to see what comes up for you. I plan to pull cards from the tarot deck. I'm going to pull clarifiers from 2 oracle decks. Both of these are career and money decks, so that should be fun. And I'm also going to pull a final clarifier from the Rider-Waite tarot deck. Okay, if you're new to my channel, I'd absolutely love it if you would like and subscribe. Doesn't cost you anything to become a member or a subscriber. It's just a click of that button down there, and it will notify you when I've dropped new content. I would absolutely love it if you would join our community. Thank you for all of those of you who are returning. If you could just do me a favor and reach up there now while we're talking about it to click that like button. It is very helpful to me. It helps me with the algorithms. I know you guys have probably heard this many times before. So as I do your reading, Sagittarius, I am going to remind you that we are still in Mercury retrograde until April the 25th. And then there is this shadow period of Mercury retrograde that extends all the way to May 13th. So this is a very long cycle for Mercury retrograde. And retrograde in the planet of Mercury represents the communication. So breakdown in communication. This is also a time where it feels as though things really slow down for us to do a lot of reevaluating. So it's kind of like we're reevaluating, reassessing, rebirthing, renewing, rejoicing, all of those types of things. And now is those best times to do it. So some of you may be doing some reevaluating at this time as well. Okay, so I'm going to take myself off camera. I will put myself back on camera at the end, but for right now, we just want to concentrate on your cards. I'm going to put my glasses on so I can see what we're doing. And this is for career and money for the month of April for Sagittarius. I've already shuffled your cards, but I am going to just start laying them out. Ooh, Temperance, nice card. Five of Swords, and the Justice card. Okay. So we start off with this Temperance card. The Temperance card is a major arcana card as well as the Justice card. Now, this card, this Temperance card, is in your Strengths position. And basically what this is saying is that many of you are really starting to bring in your overself, your higher self, your oversoul, to help you balance out all of the energies that you are being inundated with at this time, right? We are balancing the dark with the light. Temperance is a card of caution, balance, thinking things through, really grounding yourself and really allowing your insights, your intuition and your cognition to really come in and help you during this time. Now, we really do want to see what this is in regards to specifically in terms of career. So it could be in terms of that caution and that balance is just to make sure that you're very grounded, that you feel very grounded in whatever direction that you're going. It could be also that you have been manifesting, putting your ideas out into the universe, and you were kind of in this waiting period to see what Spirit is going to bring you back. But your first clarifier is cutting ties. And the message reads, You may need to leave your current position and look for something better. Ending a job doesn't mean burning bridges, so go with grace. So, yeah, that's a really important message. If it is a thing where you really are looking for a new role or a new job, you definitely never want to burn a bridge, because you never know when you might have to go back to that employer and ask for a recommendation, or you might have to, you might run into that person in another job, because people move around in their job space quite often. So if you need to leave your current position and look for something better, just keep in mind that you want to do it with grace. You want to give them plenty of notice, and that you want to do everything quite, professionally. Let's see what else we have for you in regards to the Temperance card, cutting ties with your current position. Can we have more clarifiers with Sagittarius, please? Your next card is foresight, seeing into the future, planning ahead. And some of you may be considering early retirement. This card came up again yesterday. This is about material gains, and it is about your career arc. So this card is basically just saying that if you decide that that's the direction you're going to go, just make sure that you have like everything all lined up for you. Especially if you are going to go and start putting your resumes out there, make sure that you don't have any typos on your resume, that it accurately reflects your current level of education, your current levels of the abilities that you have, the skill sets that you have, right? Because you always want to put your best foot forward. Okay, let's see what else Spirit has for us in terms of your strengths position here with the Temperance. The other thing about the Temperance card for me is that I always feel as though that means that, Spirit is guiding me because of that big angel, overlighting him here. He has one foot in the physical plane and one foot in the spiritual plane. And I feel as though many of you may be feeling that energy for yourself as well as we, progress through 2024. This is clarified by the Four of Pentacles. Now, the Four of Pentacles is looking for stability. So it's looking for physical security, physical stability within your career space, within your your wealth, your possessions, those types of things. Now, the thing that I am going to draw to your attention is that he's got his feet on his pentacles. He's got one balancing on his head, and the other one, he's got his arms completely wrapped around that pentacle that is blocking his chest. So for me, that means that some of you may be coveting money or coveting the idea of financial security. The other thing is, if you're really hanging on very, very tightly to your money, that means that, you're not really willing to spend it, or that you feel as though if you spend it, you're going to need it. So there's a level of fear associated with this card as well. It doesn't mean that all of you feel that way. It just means that some of you might be having a little bit of that energy that you need to be aware of. Now, the other thing too is, as he has his chest blocked, that means that he's not really coming from his highest heart space, right? He's not coming from his emotions. He's coming from a place of fear. And he's also blocking his crown chakra here with that pinnacle on his head. So if you're putting money before all other things, I feel as though you really need to kind of look at that and reassess that as we are in the retrogrades. We do reassessing, rebirthing, we revisit, we reflect, we realign, we recreate, rebuild, refocus, relax, and rejoice. Okay, so For a weakness, you have the Five of Swords. Fives are always about changes coming in. This is a minor arcana, so it isn't as though it is something major coming in that you're going to feel as though the rug is being pulled out from underneath you. But at the same time, this does have its own level of anxiety, and it is the thoughts, right, that are going around in your mind, because swords have to do with the way that we think and the way that we express. So some of you may be feeling as though you've got a lot on your mind. There's a lot that you're processing. There are things here that are making you feel as though you have blocks in your expression or the way that you communicate, or it could be about decisions of things. So we are going to get some clarity as to how this relates to your career and money space. And it could be that some of you are feeling as though you really do want to cut ties, yet you're feeling stuck, right? This is kind of that stuck feeling. You're looking for freedom. You're looking for you're looking for that emotional block to release, or that mental block is more what I meant to say. So your first card is flashback. People from the past return. You may work with a previous coworker. And I was just talking about that, right? I said, don't burn any bridges, because you might go into a new role, and eventually your employer, your supervisor, you might run into your supervisor again. So you always want to make sure that you don't burn any bridges, right? It says you may work with a previous coworker or take back an old job. You can get a second chance. Now, I did see this card yesterday as well with another suit, and I don't remember who it was. I don't feel as though there's anything wrong with going back to an old employer. It might be problematic if that old employer, you left that job because you thought you were really going to be advancing in the new role that you are in, and you're finding that you actually enjoyed the workspace that you were in before, right? Just make sure that if you are going to something from your past, that you don't block your heart chakra, right? Allow your heart to be your guide. Do you really want to go there and revisit that opportunity again? And it could be that because your employer that you would be returning to already knows your level of commitment, your level of work ethic, all of those things, you may be able to negotiate a little bit of a higher salary or higher income than you were making previously, because now you have a whole different set of experiences from the job that you're currently in that you did not have when you were first working here. Excuse me. I need water. Okay. So now we're going to get oh, it's not the right clarifier. We want to get the indigo goddess as our clarifier. What else do we need to know about this flashback and this Five of Swords? So the thing is if this is a weakness, if you're feeling as though going back is detrimental to you, even on an emotional level, you might want to come to terms with that before you accept the role. You don't want to feel as though you are moving backwards in your job space. Excuse me. Boy, I really do have a tickle there. But there isn't anything wrong with you going back to a job that you've worked at before. And then this card is clarified by umbrella, all under one roof. So consolidate. It's possible that some of you might be working in-house, wearing many hats. It says far reach, meaning that you have a large group of people that you're working with. So it could be a larger company, and you have this energy of being covered. So for me, that could also represent a company that's consolidating and downsizing there is a lot of energy that I keep picking up about how companies are moving away from the way that they've been operating because of the circumstances as to the economy and the laws that have been changed that require that they have these strict guidelines. And so what's happening is also is that because of the economy, people really aren't spending their money, right? They're hanging on to their money. So companies have had to revisit exactly what it is that they're trying to, what their bottom line is and how to best move forward in this current, business climate that we're in. Can we have another clarifier here for this Five of Swords? Oh, Nine of Cups. That's a really positive card, you guys. Okay, so this is right here is your wish card. So it feels as though if you do go back to this old role, it does feel as though it's going to be very beneficial for you. It's going to bring you a lot of happiness and joy because that's what this card represents. So 9 is about progressing. It is about taking steps forward. It does really tap into your emotions here. 9's about progression and advancement and attainment. So I feel as though this is going to be a very positive move for you. Now, your opportunity has to do with the Justice card. It's funny because I pulled my cards this morning and I received the Justice card this morning as well. And of course, the Justice card has to do with truth, looking for the truth, being in a place of truth and integrity, right? Because it does talk about integrity as well. This does have to do with legalities. So if some of you are starting new businesses or you're looking at new opportunities for you to be able to start a business in your home, something along those lines, I feel as though everything is going to go in your favor. However, because we are in Mercury retrograde, you are going to want to double check all your facts and figures should you make an agreement to something, okay, that is going to be legally binding. Now, the other thing about this Justice card is that this is saying that as you progress and as you transition to this new role, or maybe perhaps some of you are getting promoted within your existing company, this card is really talking about you being on the right path. So this is a really lovely card of confirmation of your progression in your career space. So your clarifier is on the table. Time to put your demands on the table and get serious about what you want. Ask for a raise, a promotion, or a step up. Funny, I was just saying that about those of you that are looking for a promotion. What I think I would do is you definitely are going to want to get all of your facts and figures in place. So you might want to do an assessment as to what other people in your industry or field do, what those, what those salaries may be, so that at least you are doing your due diligence and you know whether or not you're getting a good deal or if, you're being undervalued. So just think about those things as you progress forward. And then we're going to get another, because I feel as though since this is your opportunity, this is an opportunity for you to get promoted, right? To get this step up. And that's a beautiful card. And then we have the card of resolve, dedicated to achievement. So these are steady gains. This is your long-time term and plans, which is exactly what this Justice card represents, is being on your right path. This is your long game, right? This is also a card of loyalty, which, because you have this dog here, which does represent loyalty. Not only are you being loyal to your employer, but your employer is being loyal to you. And as you know, in our current business climate, that isn't always the case. Some companies really do a very good job of letting their employees know how much they appreciate them. So find a company that really resonates with that portion of your heart space, so that when you go to work, you feel good about, getting up every day to put in that effort. Because right here is effort. And being the top dog. Yes. Okay, so your last card for this reading, things are looking really good. It looks like opportunities are coming. It's saying that there's going to be, you're going to be cutting cords. You're going to be moving away from some existing situations that you're in, but you are also going to be creating some really good opportunities for advancement, right? And you have your wish card here. So it feels as though your wishes are going to be fulfilled, dear Sagittarius. And your last card in your opportunities position is the Ace of Pentacles. And right there, that's again confirmation. Ace of Pentacles has to do with a new concept, new idea, new point of view, new opportunity coming in as a gift from God, right? That's what this is representing. And the pentacles represent your career, your wealth. So it doesn't necessarily have to mean that you're going to get this raise, although I'm hoping that's the case, but it could also mean that there are other avenues of revenue coming towards you for some reason. Now, it could be any number of things, right? It's going to be different for all of you, since all of you have different circumstances, and this is a general reading. So again, if you are interested in getting a private reading from me, my details are in the box below, or you can go to Dawn Williams Tarot to get more information as to my pricing and availability. So now I'm going to put myself back on view. I want to thank you so much for letting me read for you today. I hope this has been helpful to you. It feels as though some of you are going to be progressing, moving forward, leaving behind your current circumstances. So congratulations on that. And also just try to keep as high vibe as possible, especially when you're going to interview. Make sure that you talk up all your good points. And that about wraps up this reading for this time. So thank you for being here. Good luck on your career and money journey for this month, and I'll be back with you again soon. Cheers.